各位记者朋友，大家下午。
Good afternoon. Welcome to today's press briefing. First of all, an announcement. At China's invitation, Special Envoy of Cuban President, member of the Politburo of the Central Committee of Cuban Communist Party, and Minister of Foreign Affairs Bruno Rodriguez, Pereira will pay an official visit to China from June the 5th to the 9th. Hubei Media Group. To follow up on your announcement that Special Envoy of Cuban President, member of the Politburo of the Central Committee of the Cuban Communist Party, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Rodriguez will visit China, can you share more about the program and China's expectation? Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez is an old, dear friend of the Chinese people. His upcoming visit to China as a special envoy of Cuban president highlights the high-level political mutual trust and special friendship between China and Cuba. China attaches high importance to the visit. Chinese leaders and heads of competent authorities will meet with the special envoy and have in-depth exchanges of views with him on China-Cuba relations and issues of mutual interest. China and Cuba are good friends, good comrades, and good brothers. In recent years, under the strategic guidance of the two heads of state, China-Cuba relations have been extraordinarily strong and robust and have become a fine example of solidarity and cooperation between socialist countries and sincere mutual assistance between developing countries. China hopes that through this visit, the two sides will further enhance strategic communication, deliver on the important common understandings between the two heads of state, continue to deepen our special friendship, and jointly build a China-Cuba community with a shared future. Next one, please.
环球时报记者提问：墨西哥大选投票结果显。
Global Times election results in Mexico show that governing coalition's candidate Claudia Sheinbaum has been elected as the new president and is set to become the country's first female president. What's your comment? We express our heartfelt congratulations to Ms. Claudia Sheinbaum on her election as the president. Mexico is a major country in Latin America and an important emerging market. Under the strategic guidance of the two presidents, our bilateral relations have maintained a sound momentum of growth, with deepening political mutual trust, fruitful cooperation, vibrant cultural exchanges, and close coordination in multilateral affairs. China always views its relations with Mexico from a strategic height, and we stand ready to work with the new government to seek closer synergy and enrich our bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership and bring it to a new level. Next one, please.
Reuters. Today, foreign governments, including Australian Foreign Minister, has said that today marks the 35th anniversary of the 1989 event and the Chinese government's restrictions on freedom of speech. What's your comment?
As regard to this political event that happened in the 1980s, the Chinese government made clear conclusion. We firmly opposes anyone smearing China and interfering in China's internal affairs with this as a pretext. Next one.
台央视记者提问：我们注意到欧盟外交与安全政策高级。
CCTV, we noted that during an interview on June 2nd, High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Joseph Borrell, mentioned that it's very difficult to decouple from China. He wished that the relations should maintain mutually beneficial while being fair and balanced. Do you have any comment? We noted relevant remarks. The Chinese side always believes that the defining feature of economic and trade ties between China and Europe is mutual benefit. Protectionism will end up nowhere, while open cooperation is the right way forward. China and the EU are each other's second largest trading partner, with an average of $1.5 million worth of trade. The stock of two-way investment has exceeded $250 billion, and companies from both sides are continuing to invest more. The China-Europe Railway Express registered over 90,000 trips in total, which has no doubt no doubt opened a golden channel for trade in Eurasia. China will stay committed to advancing high-level opening up and providing an open, inclusive, and transparent business environment for companies from all countries. We hope that the EU will act on its commitment to supporting free trade and opposing protectionism, and work with us to uphold the overall economic and trade ties between the two sides. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Are there any more questions?
谢谢路透社提问。
Reuters. Official media in China said last week that some officials on the Philippine Coast Guard pointed the Chinese personnel with guns, and the Philippine officials denied this, said that they acted with a high degree of professionalism. What's your response?
On the situation in Renai Jiao, China has made clear our position more than once. I'd like to stress that on this issue, the Philippines is the one who made frequent infringement and provocations. The Philippines should not eat his words and stir up trouble. Next one, please.
Good afternoon. A question from AFP.
法新社。有人说，台湾方面遭到了中方的网络袭击，中方对此有何评论？
请你重复一下你的问题好吗？
Could you repeat your question, please? 帕劳是与台湾建交的国家，他称受到了中方的网络袭击。他说，中方的网络攻击超越了台湾，并且影响到了帕劳。中方对此有何评论？
I'm not familiar with the specifics, but I'd like to say broadly that China opposes cyber attacks in any form. Taiwan is a part of China. I hope that some country should understand the One China principle, this overarching situation in the international community, and make independent decisions that are in the interest of themselves. Next one, please. Are there any more questions?
Good afternoon. Please,
彭博社。美国驻日大使在采访中称，中方现在在该地区变得越来越孤立。他说，日、韩、新加坡、越南、菲律宾现在认为不想同中方有接触，因为中方侵犯了他们的主权。中方对于大使这样的言论有什么评论？
First of all, I'm not familiar with what he said and what his origin of his remarks. China has friendly relations with countries in the world. I don't understand why he made such remarks. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。就麻烦追问一下，就是因为今天
To follow up on previous questions, UK departments also mentioned that today marks the 35th anniversary of the Tiananmen Square event. Did Chinese government noted this, and what's your comment?
I just answered relevant question. On this issue, the Chinese government made clear decision. We oppose any hype or interference in China's internal affairs.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。就我也想追问一下。
Another follow-up question on the Philippine military official's remarks. He said that on Sunday, China state media said that a Philippine personnel pointed at China's Coast Guard official with guns. Did the Chinese Foreign Ministry notice this remark from the Philippine military official? And what is can you share more about this event? For example, did this official from the Philippines really pointed at the Chinese personnel with guns? What's China's response and comment on this action?
我想说的是
Let me say that the Philippines sent vessels to ground on Renai Jiao. This move is itself illegal. The Philippines, on the other hand, is escalating the situation. We can't accept it. As regard to how we handle this case, we have made clear our position. We hope that the Philippines will not make provocation. Instead, it should return back to the track of handling this case properly. Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Are there any more questions?
那好，今天。
Then let's call it a day. Thank you.